Today on TimmyTechTV, Quest for the Perfect Camera, Part 1. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the channel. This is TimmyTechTV. If you guys haven't been here before, we're going to take a look. This is just going to be an old school unboxing of the Sony a6000. But first, a little bit about what we're going to be doing over the next few weeks. I picked up the a6000. I have also a Canon 70D. I have my Canon XA20 camcorder. I have a little handheld Sony camcorder. We're going to be looking at, I have my phones to be honest with you. We're going to be looking at what is the multi-use perfect camera. So some of the stuff we're going to be looking at is video recording. I do YouTube. I want to be able to, do videos, take it with me. Size, also very important. The XA20, a great camera. It takes awesome video, but it doesn't really take photos, and it's huge. Well, compared to, something like the Sony. So size, do I want to carry a DSLR? The camera you use is the camera you have. And honestly, I thought this camera was going to be bigger than it is, but it can't be any bigger than this tiny little box that it's in, which is roughly the width of the LCD screen on my XA20. We're also going to do an unboxing of the Canon 70D coming up soon. And then we're going to do some head-to-head comparison. I'm going to use them to make videos. You'll be able to see down in the description of the video which cameras that I'm using. When all of the testing is done, the final review video will have all of those links to the video so that you can go back and see, just kind of some of the stuff. So I'm also going to be taking a lot of photos. Instagram, Twitter, if you guys follow me there, you'll see them real time-ish. Some of the cameras have NFC, so you can take a photo and put your phone up against it and it'll put it out to Twitter and stuff. I don't know if I need that feature, but what I do want is a nice little camera that we can take with us when the kids go somewhere that I can also use for filming when I want some beauty shots, some bokeh, when I want some, a little bit of a stylized video, and it's not just the XA20 sitting up on my big tripod here. So guys, let's go ahead and take a look at what's in the box. Do this old school in the kitchen. No, it's not Throwback Thursday. I have no idea what day it actually is. Well, it's Friday for me, but who knows when this is going to go up. We are doing an unboxing, old school, at the kitchen, just like this channel started. Yeah, getting back to basics. So, well, let's take a look at the box since we're getting back to basics. It's a Sony a6000. Wow. If you didn't know that by now from the title, well, I can't help you. That said, let's see what we got in the box. We have a limited warranty card. We have a Sony lens and accessories because this is, of course, a proprietary Sony camera system. You mostly need the Sony parts. We have the user manual and the user manual. Obviously, one of those was English, one of them was other languages. In this box, we have the nondescript Sony charger. Just a little wall wart, little USB there. We have a little carrying neck strap. Little Alpha logo there for the a6000. We have the tiny little battery. And I'm going to have to look up how many milliamps this is. It is 1020 milliamps. Hells yeah. Still a little battery though. That's one of my concerns actually about this camera system. We're going to see that when we do the full review. But until then, we're just going to have to live with whatever that battery length is. Eyepiece. And we'll put that on the camera here in a second. And then, USB cable for charging. And then we have the camera itself. So, I am massively impressed with the size of this camera. I'm just going to say that right off the get-go. It is tiny. Tiny, tiny, tiny. It is in fact so tiny. We'll do the 1+1 test here. It is smaller, well, width and lengthwise anyways, than my 1+1. That is crazy. Crazy. Now, obviously, you know, if we do the thickness test, well, okay. But you get the point. This is insane. It's tiny. It feels like a little point and shoot camera. But, and I have to figure out where the release is on this. It is a removable lens. So you can put, with an adapter, you can put any size lens on here you want. So you can either use the X mount, the Sony X mount, or there is actually an adapter to adapt this up to bigger lenses. You can also get the Zeiss lenses, because Zeiss makes lenses for this X mount Sony system. And that is pretty badass in of itself, because, you know, it's Zeiss. So we just got to line it back up. Clicks right back on. Of course, the little, oh, that's kind of cool. Look at how tiny that little camera lens is, or the camera lens cover. Just big enough to cover up the little lens. Now, I'm probably going to lose that 5 seconds after I take it off the first time. So in this kit, I opted for the kit that has, it's the E3.5 to 6.5 f 16 to 50 millimeter X mount lens. Some things that I noticed right away, because I obviously did do a little research on this before I bought it. We have a standard shoe mount. That's a big deal. Now, one other thing is this is actually a hot mount. So some shoes are just, you know, for an adapter for, you know, like a microphone or whatever. It just sits in there and there's no power. But this is a hot shoe. There is power to this shoe. And if you look really carefully, we'll see if I can get in there so you can see it. There's a bunch of pins along that back side. You can actually get some accessories for this camera, like a stereo microphone. That's pretty cool. Now, some other things on here. Basic DSLR, you know, it's pretty cool. The one thing I do really like on this is the location of where the eyepiece is. It's all the way over to the side. And, you know, if you're using something this small and there's no DSLR, it's not trying to look like a DSLR. Woo, hey, where's me? There's me. Hi, camera. If you're trying to look like a DSLR, then, well, you would put it in the middle, and that's because cameras with mirrors in them have to be lined up so that you're viewfinding into the mirror. If it's a digital viewfinder, then there's no reason to. We have a kind of telescoping LCD screen. Now, this is not really a touch screen. It doesn't really have touch focus. But it is telescoping so that you could, you know, hold it up over a crowd and still see it a little bit. If you were, like, you know, looking down, you can still see it a little there. You could hold it low and, you know, still be able to see it a little. But it does not flip around to be forward facing. And one of the things I'm trying to do with this camera system is use it for some recording. And if I can't see where I am on the camera, that might be a problem. I don't know. We're going to see how that goes. A couple of other things. I would love to see, this is your options wheel to like change ISO and stuff on the fly. I would love to see these two things reverse because your thumb wants to sit right here when you're using the camera. It'd be awesome to see the option wheel out here, the function wheel on the outside, and the selector wheel on the inside. Other than that, you have a programmable button up front. That's obviously your take the little photo buttons and on off. Around the front, not much. The release is right there. We have a standard adapter for a tripod, of course. On the side, we have an HDMI micro, I believe. It's not a mini because the minis are a little bit bigger. And the charging port where the USB goes into. Or multi-port, as it says. But it also says charge on the inside there. Down below, we have the spot for the battery. Pretty generic. And the thing I can't find for some crazy... Oh, SD... Wow, look at that. Okay, SD card actually goes right there. So that's one of the ways, you know, not having two doors on this is one way to, you know, save space. The SD card goes there, the battery goes there. So that's kind of cool. I tend to swap SD cards quite a bit doing videos, so I don't know how I feel about that. Okay guys, so that's the quick unboxing. We're going to be doing a lot more videos on this camera. I just wanted to get it out and kind of go retro because I miss doing unboxings. somewhat silly at times, but they're a lot of fun and easy to create, and that's what I like about them. But I'm going to give it, a month or so. I want to really use the camera, really get to, what I think about it, and can you use, because this kit like this was about $750, can you use this as a replacement for a DSLR, save some money, and still have a super, super portable camera? Because I'm really telling you guys, like, it's hard. I have really big hands, but this is a really nice, compact, and it feels good. It feels good in your hand. It's not too small for me. It's just really, really nice. And I'm looking forward to using it quite a bit. This is Tim for TimmyTechTV, guys. Check out my other videos. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. And we'll see you guys next time.